is Jalen Duren is in the position he's supposed to be. This is why I say, if you don't know the concepts, shut the fuck up. What's up? This is your boy Gilbert Arenas, aka Hibachi, because today I'm about to be on fire. Listen, I know us ex-athletes in this social media game can become a little eerie to most folks because we don't talk the game, how you see the game. And some of you think you're smarter than us, the people who played the game on the level of what you're describing and talking about. I'm a big fan of awful coaching. And then I seen him rant the other night, and it's the name calling. You know, I know the name calling is more for trolling, right? The attention seeking, that's the same thing that we do. You're not a fan of the show? Hey, look, I'm a fan of yours. I love the content. But let's get something straight here, sir. When it comes to breaking the game down, you're never gonna be smarter than a player, nor a coach. I'm sorry. It's just the fact. Unless you are a coach on the level you are talking about. Now, you're very, very detailed, sir. But the problem is you're detailed in things that you have no idea what you're talking about. So we're gonna go through one of your videos and we're gonna talk it from the lens of the NBA player. So you can understand what you're looking at. This ain't fucking high school basketball. Everyone on this court is in the 1 percentile of their job, meaning this is the best of the best. This is not a player that you're guarding with 4 people that are going to be working at McDonald's or for their father when their high school career is over with. So while you're speaking on this game, saying, push him this way, help it recover to a 3-point shooter that's waiting for just this much space. You have no idea what you're doing. And a lot of media and fans have the same problem and issue. And the problem is this, people. If you don't know the game plan, then you don't know who responsibility it is to stop the ball, to help, who dropped the assignment, because you do not know what the plan is for this team, for this player in this quarter, which means you probably are calling out wrong defensive coverages due to who the personnel is on the court. So let's get right to it, Mr. Awful Coaching. Because if you was a coach, sir, you will be, from your breakdowns, will be considered an awful coach. The reason that I'm or any offensive player is a perfect film breakdown guy is to maximize our scoring ability. We need to know the defensive rotations, your principle, your style, your coverages, every defensive player's ability on this court to be great at what we do. See, defense is the oldest thing that's moving in basketball at this moment in time. The principles that were set back then are still the principles today. What's evolved is the rules of offense, meaning there is the back of the book for defense. What you're supposed to do when on this cover, this cover, this cover, it's all there. Offense, I just create my offense on what you supposed to do. Okay, let's get right to it. So that means I or any other high-level scorer will know exactly where you need to be, what you're doing, where to go. So let's see what your takes are. Let's get the cussing. Let's go.
There's 5 seconds on the shot clock. Why is Azar Thompson letting Kawhi Leonard go away from any help? The help is in the middle of the floor right here with Cade Cunningham.
Wrong. The help is the baseline guy. You have a shooter going to his offhand, going baseline, meaning right now, his help is the sideline. You see that white line? That's called out of bounds. That's a defender. You're pushing him baseline. There's a baseline defender and the baseline as the defender. His man is there also, which means you want to push Kawhi to the left because a left-handed or a right-handed player going left with 5 seconds left on the clock means jump shot. The reason you don't want to push him right to Cade, where you consider help defense, do you not see that is James Harden there? So let me give you the inside of a breakdown. If he goes middle, which is a do not allow middle for any defense, because once a person gets to the middle of your defense, it has you in a thing called scramble. Now, if you played high school basketball or you coach high school basketball, scramble is fine because the rest of the players on the team aren't that fucking good. In college, they aren't that fucking good, right? When you talk about college basketball, you're talking about what, 9, 10,000 kids? There's only 12 lottery picks. There's only 30 first rounders. Only, 60 players that gets drafted in 2 years. Only about 35 last and make it to year 2. So the product ain't as good as you would think. So you let this guy by the name of Kawhi Leonard go middle. You see that arrow where you pushed red to, sir? If Cade takes his ass right there, just right there, there's going to be a 3, either from James Harden or the next 3-point shooter would be Batum. That's how it works in the NBA. See, so what ends up happening is if Cade pushes over too far or just enough for a shooter like James Harden, who needs just as much space to get that shot off. Right now, Cade in this position is not close enough to James Harden for James Harden to get this shot. Because it's 0-0, James Harden probably wouldn't take the shot. But normally, that is too close for a James Harden, a Kevin Durant, a Dame, right? A Trae Young, a Steph Curry. You're too far. So if he scoots over a little bit, meaning James Harden has the shot, meaning Duncan Robinson will have to try to stunt. That pass is going to go where? To the next man, which means who has to help now? Yes, sir. Tobias Harrison means the wide open shot is Batum. He's only in the game to shoot that shot. Because that is already pushed into play, you then say, go baseline where you stay out of rotations because you have more non-movable defenders. Baseline, sideline, and the big that's loading over to stop the drive, which means only one outcome with 5 seconds left, a jumper or a step back jumper, which means 100% jumper.
Flip your hips. Force him to, this is now.
You flip your hips on anybody in the NBA. Cade can't even get there fast enough. They're going to flip their hips, attack that bottom leg, and be right down the middle. You see that star, that first star right there? That's where that drive's going to be. And then Duran's going to help, and then he's going to drop that motherfucker off the Lopez. So he's going to go up, drop it down, easy dunk. He's going to drive, and Tobias Harris comes over, corner 3, easy work. That's why you don't rely middle, because then everyone has to suck in, right? It's like a street gobbler. They gonna suck.
I can stunt. Now we're good. You're just letting him come all the way down to the fucking paint. There's no
Good defense. No angle.
help.
Contested jumper. See, the problem is Kawhi has probably practiced this same shot thousands of times. The problem that you don't understand is this is the defense that is old school, the back of the book, standard defense of what you're supposed to do since they put in the rule of the zone. So that means what? Offensively, what do I get to do during my off days and my summers? Here it is. This is what it looks like. It looks like it's practice. Watch. Top spin. Does it even look like he was bothered? He does the same move in practice against his coach. Put your hand up. This is easy work. He's just doing it in the game. And this was good defense, just better offense.
Force him to. This is now.
This is a two-time finals MVP. This is a first ballot Hall of Famer who missed half his career, and he's still a first ballot Hall of Famer. That's how good this guy is.
Can stunt. Now we're good. You're just letting him come all the way down to the fucking paint. There's no help.
They didn't need no help. He was still in front of him. They gave him nothing. He gave him the only shot he had to take. Jumper.
I have no idea what the fuck the Pistons ball screen defense is. They're not hedging because Cade Cunningham's going under. He'd be going over. So Jalen Duren should be right here jamming the screener, right? So Cade Cunningham can cleanly get underneath. When you don't jam the screener, now Cade Cunningham is going smush into that screen.
You're confusing me. Do you want him to hedge or do you want him to jam the screener?
Right here jamming the screener.
I need to hear what you're saying.
I have no idea what the fuck the Pistons ball screen defense is. They're not hedging because Cade Cunningham's going under. He'd be going over. So Jalen Duren should be right here jamming the screener, right? So
well, if you don't know what defense they're in, then why does he need to be jamming if he's not hedging? See, they can't switch because Lopez is going to roll middle, which I could care less, right? The reason you're going under is because they're not hedging. So because they're not hedging and they're doing exactly what you're doing, I guess you want to go under. Well, these are shooters. You don't, rule of thumb, do not go under on a shooter because a smart basketball player will do this.
Cade Cunningham can cleanly get underneath. When you don't jam the screener, now Cade Cunningham is going smush into that screen.
Now, you see where Cade Cunningham is now? He went under successfully, right? The problem is you think this is bad defense. Where did Kawhi go? Nowhere. Nowhere. Now, a smart, brilliant basketball player, guard who can't shoot, because they know you're going under, you see where Cade is? Run him into another screen. So you set a pick, right? First one is decoy. To see where you go, you went under, set it again. Now, because I know you're jamming, now go under again while I'm at the regular three-point line. Right now, going under, he shoots that. Well, we'll live with that. So you're going to go under. We're just going to flip that screen around again. And then when he flips it, roll. So now you're rolling both players into the guard. So you're rolling yourself and your own player into yourself. And they won't call an offensive foul because the first person of contact will be your own player into you. And I'm going to sit behind that wall that's being set. And I'm going to shoot a 3-point. But right now, nothing has happened.
He's late to get on the other side.
He's in front of him.
Wide open three.
It's not. I'm glad you said wide open. Because this is only wide open to elite players, which he is.
Cleanly get underneath. When you don't jam the screener, now Cade Cunningham is going smush into that screen. He's late.
Right? See, now you will be correct if Kawhi shot the ball already. But no, he want to play with his food. He wants to play with his food, and he wants to dance. Hey, let's go. Right? Just so you want to see how many seconds
Cunningham can cleanly get underneath. When you don't jam the screener, now Cade Cunningham is going smush into that screen.
Nope, not smush. So 16 seconds. That means he's been standing in front of James Harden. In front of Kawhi Leonard for what?
On the other side, open three.
Before he released it, 2 seconds. Great defense, better offense. You seem exhausted. You must be from Detroit. You know what? Let me stop lying. I know you're from Detroit. Detroit is one of the most elite defensive teams through history.
Ball moves, you move.
All right.
Ball gets swung. Azar Thompson, I'm immediately down here. I'm halfway between the three-point line and my man. Azar Thompson can't just fucking sit there. I should be right. My feet are set. I'm going to stunt. I'm going to easily recover back out.
You're 100% right. I was taught the same thing. So this means you have to be in your mid to late 30s, because that means you was taught jump to the ball. So what you're saying is basketball right, 100%. When that ball is passed, pretend that you are attached to the ball as a player. You move with the ball. The reason you move with the ball is because back then, when people didn't get the shimmy shake, it was always pass and cut. So when Harden passes the ball, he usually cuts, and you never wanted the guy to cut in front of you because he has the angle on you. So you always jump to the ball to force the guy to go behind you, because that's where the traffic is. So Asar should not be this high. Where you're wrong at is, if he did jump where you need him to jump, far enough to stop that drive, who do you have right there? Harden. See, there's a reason Harden is making the pass to Kawhi. So you can't help. This is not the 90s. This is not the 80s. This is not a sorry-ass shooter, which is usually the point guard back in. Our guy who's passing the ball, and then you damn near can sit in the other person's lap because he can't shoot the gun. No, these are marksmen now. And let's put it into a time. You remember Mark Price? Imagine Mark Price making the pass, and then you jump and help. What's going to happen? Hello. You're right. Bucket.
Point line and my man.
But in a sense, you're right. He should have moved somewhat towards this ball.
Azar Thompson can't.
And right now, what Kawhi looking at is barbecue chicken, meaning you have no help middle. You definitely don't have no help baseline. The defense, which is Cade, has no idea where to push him. But Cade is supposed to be pushing them baseline. So at this moment in time, Cade is in the correct defensive stance. Baseline, free throw line below, damn near college three below. You push him baseline. Who's not in defensive play is either Tobias Harris or Duncan Robinson, since the 5-man is so lifted at the top for a reason. Let's see. And what he does, just like a great offensive player, fake baseline, cut through the middle.
Fucking sit there. I should be right. My feet are set. I'm going to stunt. I'm going to easily recover back out. Azar Thompson.
Now I can tell you, and I'm going to tell you, I would take this shot. This is great defense. I'm sorry to say it. And you can only play this type of defense and mess up. I can say Cade messed up by letting him go middle with no help defense in that middle, and you still force Kawhi to take a jumper when clearly this was a layup by anyone who had decent foot speed off with the ball. And I can tell you this, if this was a guy that wanted to play, I want to set players up first, look how far big man Duran had to help. Look who's wide open. Look where his man is. That's why you don't help middle. Look at that. Oh, that's automatic. Do you play 2K? Do you play 2K? In green. That's green. Look at that guy. That's green. Easy. And then Duncan Robinson gets out there next to him. Batum. Green. Green, green. You still had the guy take out, because I can tell you this.
Halfway between the 3-point.
If this was Kobe, T-Mac, that person's getting punched on. Dunk. And this is what you're going to hear.
Boom shakalaka.
Yeah, dunk. If you ever played, NBA Jam, that's what you're going to hear off of this.
Line and my man. Azar Thompson can't.
Yeah. Oh my God. Oh my God.
My feet are set. I'm going to stunt. I'm going to easily recover.
Oh my God. There's nothing over there where he was going, but he recovered.
Out. Azar Thompson watches. Do the Pistons fucking talk at all in transition? So Tobias Harris is taking the ball. Say this. What the fuck are Cade Cunningham's jogging? He should be sprinting. He should be taking Kawhi Leonard. Say it so Azar Thompson knows to take James Harden. No one's fucking communicating or doing anything. This is why you don't want
Now, did you see?
sprinting. He should be taking Kawhi.
Now, just in case you want to challenge the first two takes, do you see who's taking that shot? Do you see where he took that shot from? Do you see how fast he took that shot on a fast break? That's why you can't stunt off of the guy who's passing the ball, which is James Harden, which is an MVP, which is a 30-point scorer. Now, rotations right here. Let's go. Tobias takes.
Kawhi Leonard. Say it so Azar Thompson knows to take James Harden.
Okay.
No one's fucking communicating. Say this.
This had to be a turnover, so you're in a scramble.
What the?
So the first thing to do is stop the ball.
Cade Cunningham.
Now, the problem is this. This is called a gray area play, meaning this. Kawhi is in front of two Piston players, which means what Tobias is looking at is a 2-on-1 against him. If he tries to stop the ball, Kawhi has a wide open layup because at this moment in time, when he's making this decision, Kawhi is in front. Right now, there's no way in hell, I don't even know who that is with the headband. Is that Cade? That might be Cade. There's no way in hell. I'm going by the yellow with the shoes. There's no way in hell. Is that Cade? Who the hell is this? Just so we got it right. We want to say their names right, sir. Oh, that is Cade. Okay. So that was Cade. Can't tell, it's blurry. There's no way in hell Cade can get in front of Kawhi at this moment in time. If Tobias Harris runs over here, like you're saying, you see that red line? Follow the red line. If he hurries up and runs, you see Kawhi, he has about 2 feet. This is a hold off. This is whatever you want. This is whatever you want. Cade cannot get to this play. The only person that has the athleticism will be Asar. He's the only one to get in front of Kawhi at this moment in time. So, with talking on defense, Asar will be telling Cade he has Kawhi cutting down the middle. Only because the threat at this moment in time is the ball first, Kawhi for the easy lay, James Harden is third, and then Cade go out there and get that. That will be the ideal scramble. This is a scramble play.
Jogging, he should be sprinting. He should be taking Kawhi Leonard. Say it so Azar Thompson knows to take James Harden. No one's
See? Now, right now, look where this man caught the ball.
Fucking
Dribble once.
kidding.
You still got the original guy sitting in the corner with a three. It's a scramble play, right? But you see James Harden, fast break three. Now, in theory, you would rather have the three than Kawhi going down and making a two. But it is a scramble play. I really don't see.
What the fuck are
I don't see anything wrong with how this was covered. Reasoning is this. They didn't get a fast break layup from the guard. They didn't get a fast break layup pass to Kawhi. You had Tobias stop the ball in the sense of him passing the ball to James Harden, and he still goes out there and at least put a hand in his face. But it is James Harden.
Cade Cunningham's jogging. He should be sprinting. He should be taking Kawhi Leonard. Say it so Azar Thompson knows to take James.
I don't know what fucking speed or who you think certain players are, but there's no way in hell that Cade will get in front of Kawhi Leonard. He will be dunked on. You're right here, and I'm a foot in front of you. He's gonna catch that ball with that monkey hand, and that's what he's gonna do. And one. You're on my right side of me. If you was on the inside of me, it makes sense. But this is an easy shuffle pass. Duh, there's nothing you can do. You would hope Asar is still tracking me and he actually jumps up there and blocked me.
Harden. No one's fucking communicating
But did the best.
or doing anything. This is why you don't want the fucking ball handler to go baseline, because now you got to start rotating. If you force him to the middle, Tobias Harris doesn't help, right? Stunt, recover. Okay, he's going baseline. So now you got to fucking rotate. Jalen Duren's, I'm here. What the fuck is Tobias Harris doing? You need to be up and ready to rotate. Duncan Robinson rotates, Azar Thompson rotates. Why are you triple team? What the fuck is Tobias Harris doing?
Are you not seeing any of this? Sir?
What the fuck is Tobias?
Sir!
Because now you got to start rotating.
You see how... So, like I said, so now when you do breakdown, you understand what the fuck you're looking at. Look at the defense, right? Not the ones in the blue, the ones in the white. Sideline. Look at that help defense on the baseline, right? Tobias Harris is in perfect position. There's nothing he can do. He don't supposed to help. The big man, his job is to come over. He's late right now. Then what ends up happening is Duncan Robinson drops. Amen Thompson could shift over where Duncan Robinson goes, or he can sit right there. Because what happens is this. Amen Thompson has first pass out if it's between the back line. Meaning, right now, because you can't shoot two people, I can tell you one thing. The one that's closer to Tobias Harris is James Harden. So if you want to keep stunting like you want to keep stunting, he is going to have 50 himself. But right now, so far, so good. No one is actually open, sir.
If you force him to the middle, Tobias Harris doesn't help, right?
Yeah, he helps. And then he passes to James Harden. 3.
Stunt, recover. Okay, he's going baseline. So now...
See? Right there. You see that? You see why he can't keep going hard as he wants? Because that other defensive baseline guy, that baseline guy, the white one, the one in the white. You see? He can't go too far because of the defense that's on the baseline. Which gives Duren enough time to recover, because now, instead of Kawhi just driving, he now has to try to get back middle, because that baseline defense is so perfect.
You gotta fucking rotate. Jalen Duren's, I'm here. What the fuck is Tobias Harris doing? You need to be up and ready to rotate. Duncan.
Now, that is correct. At this moment in time, he's under control. Tobias Harris, what the fuck are you doing? You are too far down at this moment in time, knowing James Harden just hit a fast break 3. I'm with you right there. I'm with you right there.
Robinson rotates, Azar Thompson rotates. Why are you triple team?
And I can tell you this. If this wasn't Azar Thompson, an ultra athlete who can react with long arms, this pass is a dunk. Because one,
So now you gotta fucking...
I was taught You turn your back on me, I'm backdooring you. All right? I'm coming through the door, which means right now,
Rotate. Jalen Duren's, I'm here.
3 players can't see that. 4 players can't see nobody.
What
So anyone who cuts at this moment in time is going to be open.
is Tobias Harris doing? You need to be up and ready to rotate. Duncan Robinson rotates, Azar Thompson rotates. Why are you triple?
So they can't see. So Asar is only tracking the ball. He's not tracking the player. Boom, he got that. Now, lucky for them, the guy who has it is a pass guy because you can see where he caught it. Dunk.
What is Harris doing?
Close out. Do not allow middle. Don't allow middle. No middle. Baseline. Baseline. Why? Remember who's the baseline defensive players. See, you got this guy pushing back out, right? Duran's guy is pushing back out, so he's running into a crowd of people.
Has he not made enough?
See, now you see what the problem is? Because you pushed him middle, let me show you what you're supposed to do.
Tobias Harris doing? You need to be up and ready to rotate. Duncan Robinson rotates, Azar Thompson rotates. Why are you triple team? What the fuck is Tobias Harris doing?
Now, where Cade is stuck in no man's land right now. If you push him baseline, Cade actually gets to go back to the free throw line to play Lopez, right? Because right now, obviously, they had to scramble a little bit. So Cade will go back to the middle. You're pushing the baseline, and then you're back to normal defense where you're sound. Because you let him go middle, what ends up happening is James Harden booby traps him, and he forces Cade to play defense and stop the ball.
Has he not made enough?
Do you see the wide open 3? Do you see the problem now? You see Cade is in no man's land. What you have here is you can see Kawhi Leonard is by himself. If he can dive baseline, which now will force Duncan Robinson to go down there hard, which now what? Leaves Batum wide open. Now you have Lopez open. Now you have Batum open. Because Duncan Robinson has to make a play on stopping that layup because James Harden is a passer too. But this motherfucker eats. He just walks through the door because it's hard to stop a man who's running middle.
Fucking NBA to rotate. Again, the Pistons are forcing James Harden baseline. So there's no such thing as halfway fucking doubling. As our Jalen to rotate. Again, the Pistons are forcing James.
Sir, I'm understanding now why you would be an awful coach. You think this is 1980 and early 90s basketball, right? Which means when you see this look, because you was not allowed to play a space back then, you either had to stay on your man, arm's length, or you had to double. So you think this is actually a double. No, this is not a double. This is the 5-man playing deterrent. I'm here. Don't come. Do not drive. I'm here. He's not playing a man. The 5-man is playing a zone to force the ball to go the other way.
James Harden baseline. So there's no such thing as halfway.
So you see how he jumps? You see how he jumps and make sure he didn't get middle? Because he wants him to go this way.
Doubling. As our Jalen Duren's got to get all the way up here, right? You're already going to have to fucking
It's not a double. It's not a double. He's just playing this space. Anytime there's an isolation, you remember the reason you did that is because what happened when the zone came? So I can give you a little history, sir. There was these isolation juggernauts by the name of Kobe Bryant, Allen Iverson, and then Tracy McGrady, which what they did was they pushed the offense on one side, ran themselves on the other side to have a wide open one-on-one. Remember, they were stuck on the old way when they came in, which was, if I'm ISO in here, you guys had to be, like right now, where the defense is on where Cade is and where Stewart is. In 80s and 90s ball, that is considered illegal defense. You had to be one arm length away from your man, which means all these guys had to be pushed up. So that means you can put 4 people on one side and then I can just play one-on-one basketball. So since that's what they were used to, they went back to that. Y'all go that way, I'm gonna go here, which means defense had to adjust. Hey, stop it. Put somebody at the elbow nail, put somebody at the baseline feed, field the strong baseline. So this guy wouldn't drive the ball. It was a deterrent. That's what this defense is.
Rotate, get all the way. It's James Harden. Like, get all the way. What are you
See?
hesitating and waiting?
So that's the only thing he can do. Shoot a jumper. Now, I know you only care about defense. The problem is, because you don't know what the offensive side is looking at or doing, you think your basic, outdated defense of analogies and philosophies is still good. Look at this shots. He shot this on 2 people. Look, two people. He did not give 2 fucks about the guy who was guarding him and the guy who was on a help side defense. Meaning, sir, if the big wasn't there and pre-rotated, lunch meat. The man that's guarding him is irrelevant because no matter what, defensively, he has to do something because the team defense is in play. Meaning, as long as I have the ball on the side, he has to push me one way. Once he does that, game over. This man shot the ball with a loaded side. Because what? Because he knows that's the way you do it. He trains in practice on this thousands of shots. This is easy, just so you can see how it looks in real time.
Halfway fucking doubling. As our Jalen Duren's got to get all the way up here, right? You're already going to have to rotate, get all the way. It's James Harden. Like, get all the way. What are you hesitating and waiting for?
Pushed off to get extra space. Lefty. Hey.
This is just this dumbass nepotism coaching staff with JB Bickerstaff and Luke Walton. Karis LeVert's icing. So Jalen Duren's got to get underneath. You're keeping James Harden to the sideline.
He's icing. Who the fuck is icing?
Where the fuck's James? This dumbass nepotism coaching staff with JB Bickerstaff and Luke Walton. Karis LeVert's icing. So Jalen Duren's got to get underneath. You're keeping James Harden to the sideline. Where the fuck's Jalen Duren?
Where the fuck is Jalen Duren is in the position he's supposed to be. This is why I say, if you don't know the concepts, shut the fuck up.
Coaching staff with JB Bickerstaff and Luke Walton. Karis LeVert's icing.
Why the fuck are you icing? Why the fuck are you icing? Who the fuck told you to ice? Huh? The back man, Durham, calls the defense. Because you know why? He can see the defense. He's behind. You can't see nothing, Mr. Iceman up top. You can only see the man in front of you, which is the ball. Your back man, the 5 man, the 4 man is calling out the defense, and then you adjust. Hedge, ice, show, switch, and you adjust. You don't just fucking randomly just jump at the defense because you decide to. You know why you don't do that? Because who has the ball? The offense. Who can see the players you can't? The offense. Meaning, he sees where your guy is. So if your goofy ass decide to just get into an ice, he knows you're fucked. That he just takes off. You don't know what's going on. You would hope your man is there, but he's not because he didn't call ice.
Jalen Duren's got to get underneath. You're keeping James Harden to the sideline. Where the fuck's Jalen Duren?
Nothing. You're not going to say nothing. So, first mistake. You have one player playing defense, doing his own thing.
And Luke Walton. Karis LeVert's icing. So Jalen Duren's got to get underneath. You're keeping James Harden to the sideline. Where the fuck's Jalen Duren?
You see that? The question is, why the fuck are you leaving the corner? Rule of thumb in the NBA, you don't leave the corner. It's the easiest 3 in the game. They have dead shooter specialists in the corner. Meaning they're in that motherfucker to do one thing. Make the open shot if someone decides to leave. You do not leave the corner shooter ever on strong side. This is not the shot you want to give up. The help is Tobias Harris. The bottom big, the bottom guard is the one that stops the drive. Never the corner, unless that was Vando or some bad shooter in the corner. And the game plan for that game is all drives were coming off the corner guy because it's this guy in the game or when this guy comes into the game. But there's no game plan and no team roster that will have the corner defender leaving a corner shooter to stop that ball. Those are the two mistakes in this play.
Again, this nepotism bullshit coaching staff. This is a cross screen, so I don't know why Isaiah Stewart's not here jamming Kawhi Leonard as he comes through so Cade Cunningham can get on the other side. You don't do...
Wait, what?
And this nepotism bullshit coaching staff. This is a cross screen, so I don't know why Isaiah Stewart's not here jamming Kawhi Leonard as he comes through so Cade Cunningham...
Usually a cross screen is at the bottom, but okay.
Get on the other
and you want him to jam Kawhi
side. You don't do that, so you end up switching. Why do the Pistons have to keep doubling and rotating? So here comes another double team. You got to Ron Holland's got to rotate as soon as that double happens. He doesn't. Layup. Doubling and rotating. So here comes another double team. You got to Ron Holland's got to...
Let's go.
This again, this nepotism bullshit coaching staff. This is a cross screen, so I don't know why Isaiah Stewart's not here jamming Kawhi Leonard as he comes through. So
let me get this straight. You want to bring up Isaiah Stewart, right? You want him to what? Kind of block him from coming off clean? Can I ask you one question? What if he backdoors? Right? You're here. What if he just backdoor? See, the reason Kawhi can't backdoor is because Isaiah's dropped. He's dropped. So he can't go backdoor. If he got his ass at the same level, I'm backdooring. Now, what you will have is what? Two people got fucking backdoored. Because you can't see the other one now, can you? See, this is the NBA. Not high school or college basketball. You move Isaiah Stewart up, eye level of the ball, to bump Kawhi. Kawhi's going to go back door. What's going to happen? Come on, think. Oh, Isaiah Stewart is going to go back door with him. Do you see where you just fucked up? Because Cade is on the outside of the man, meaning the person has the inside. So what's going to happen is what? After Kawhi goes, boom, you hold Cade off. So he can't get back in front. Hold him off, keep him on the high side, back door. Straight to the Baja. We're NBA players, bro. The Stone Age defense does not work. Gifted, meaning we see this every single day. We train offensively against the concept every day, meaning offensively. When I'm in the summer and I'm working on my 1,000 shots, you get it? 1,000 shots, drive, pull up, jump, shot. Challenge, I'm hezzy. Throw the arm up there. Hey, I need somebody bigger. Throw the arm up there. Throw the arm up there, right? Learning how to shoot with shit in my face. Hey, bump me, right? I'm doing that. Can I ask you a question? Do you think these some bitches are sitting in the summer, these defensive things, you think they sitting in the summer fucking doing 5,000 bumps and 5,000 shows to be as perfect as an offensive player? When was the last time you seen fucking line drills being done Huh? When was the last time you seen a defensive player spending hours every day doing defensive closeouts? Never.
Cunningham get on the other side. You don't do that, so you end up switching.
Hey, you seen it? You caught it? Did you catch that?
Bullshit coaching staff.
Okay, now I hope you've seen this. Let me show you something, just so you see how smart NBA players are.
You know,
look, you see that? See, now you see what I just said. You see it? See, if Isaiah was higher, Kawhi would have dipped out. Do you see what the offensive player did, right? You see how he extended his arm? That's where that play would have been. He did it naturally. Look at him. Look at him. Real talk. If Kawhi would have ran across, if he would have ran all the way to the other side of the three fast to get Isaiah Stewart out there fast, this is a three. Can't see it, can you? The reason is, once Isaiah moves, your back door, that bottom guy helps, corner baja. These plays are already thought about in real time.
You end up switching. Why do
Baja, three. You gamble. Baja, three. Right in the corner. But that might be Derrick Jones. So you can gamble if you want to.
The Pistons have to keep doubling and rotating. So here comes another double team. You gotta Ron Hall's gotta rotate as soon as that double happens. He doesn't lay up. Pistons have to keep doubling and rotating. So here comes another double team.
You probably would, in reality, double Kawhi at this moment in time. One, you have Isaiah Stewart on him, so he's going to try to get him off the dribble, so you want to get the ball out of his hands.
You got to Ron Hall's got to rotate as soon as that double happens. He doesn't lay.
Facts. He should have been lower so he can get either pass.
Yep.
Because if Kawhi would have jumped and threw it over his head to the other person, that's a baja. But you have Derrick Jones catching it. If Derrick Jones makes this, fucking congratulations. I'm just going to be honest. Look at it. Okay. If he makes it, okay. It's not like it was an easy play. It was so unexpected. It was so unexpected. Look at the bench.
You got to Ron Hall's got to rotate as soon as that double happens. He doesn't lay up.
Oh, they happy. They happy. He wasn't supposed to make that. His left hand going against the defense, that would have been an easy little right hand.
Just count all the mistakes by these dumbasses. Duncan Robinson, you got to be up hedging. You cannot let James Harden turn the corner. You got to push him out. James Harden turns the corner, so Karis LeVert's guaranteed to be off balance when he's guarding him. But all right, where's the help coming from? It's got to be here, and we got to be up the line. We've got to get James Harden's dribble picked up before he enters the paint.
Okay, first of all, where they messed up at is this should have just been a switch. Same size player, switch. I don't know why you will have a guard hedging on another guard. Now, let me ask you something. Let's move.
Duncan Robinson, you got to be up hedging.
Now
you cannot let James Harden turn the corner.
Now you put Duncan Robinson up that high, and his man is still there. Who is going to guard Platoon when he pops and he sits there for that three? Isaiah Stewart? He has to come all the way down. Where's his man? It's just a switch. And out of all of it, nothing happened.
Gotta push him out.
It's so far out. It's so far out. The f are you hedging for to have a guy pop, then you're in full rotation? Look.
Harden turns the corner, so Karis LeVert's guaranteed to be off balance.
No help.
When he's guarding him.
We're good.
But all right, where's the help coming from?
Nowhere.
And we got to be up the line.
Look, everybody's guarded. Now it's individual. You're in the center of the court. You can't push them nowhere. Now it's about your individual defense at this moment in time. Now what we're going to do is say, I would actually be screaming, push him to this side. The reason you're going to push him to this side is guess where you don't want him to go? The opposite side where there's no help. Because if you think Duncan Robinson should help with no help to helper on that side, you push him this way because there's your help is here, log jam. So you just say, push him here. You don't need to help push him this way.
Got to get James Harden's dribble picked up before he enters the paint, right? If my feet are...
No, I do not want to stunt that hard for him to pick up his dribble because Derrick Jones Jr. will backdoor and he's going to do what? Try to dunk. And if that person decides to step up, Baja 3, 2-on-1 on this side.
I can stunt, I can recover. Your help in the paint means absolutely fucking nothing. So now you got to help at the rim, which means there's no one to box out.
Do you see how smart an offensive player is? You didn't see it, did you? Because you don't know what you're looking at.
Before he enters the paint.
Look. See, there's subtle movement. See, right now, James Harden realizes he doesn't have a perfect angle, right? Because if he takes off full speed, the defender can get at the nail and hopefully take that charge. So what he does is he shifts just over a little bit right for Levert to push over a little bit more right, and then he takes that open 1 to 2 inches extra, probably about 6 inches of real space. That's all he needed. Now, if that defender decides to go in there, all he's going to do is pull up. Because you're going to lead with arm first, he's going to pull up and get the foul. He has enough space to dodge the charge if this person was deciding to do it.
Right? If my feet are
so look at the inch move, the 6 inches. What? You see that? Want to see it again? Here, I'll slow it down for you.
Be here, and we got to...
So what he does is he comes up, Levert raises up too, then he goes back down. Yeah, let's show it. So you can see where he gained the space.
Be up the line. We've got to get James Harden's dribble picked up before he enters the paint, right? If my feet are set, I can stunt, I can recover. Your help in the paint means absolutely fucking nothing. So now you got to help at the...
Because now if his hand got in there, he'd have got that foul.
rim.
Now, Isaiah, he's lucky James Harden don't dunk the way he does because look, he's under the rim at this point.
Which means there's no one to box out.
The fact that he got him to miss that was good. Ivy should have been boxing the guy out. See, the problem is you're putting the blame on the wrong people because you have no idea what NBA concepts are and what these teams' concepts are. See, so...
It's guaranteed to be off balance when he's guarding him.
Huh?
Where's the help coming from? It's got to be here, and we got to be up the line. We've got to get James Harden's dribble picked.
Look where his foot is. James Harden's foot is on the inside. By the time he takes off, it's going to be on the outside.
Up before he enters the paint, right? If my feet are set, I can stunt, I can recover. Your help in the paint means absolutely fucking nothing. So now you got to help at the rim, which means...
I'm sorry. It would have been impossible for you to get this box out because Isaiah is a little bit late on a reaction because James got there too fast. So at this point, it's just more effort than anything. You was not going to stop him from dunking. You can hold him, take the foul, but you couldn't get in front of him to box this guy out. It's just a play that happened. It bounced perfect for him to get this lob.
There's no one to box out. This nepotism-ass, brain-dead coaching staff, again, you're hedging. You have to jam right here from the wing. Niederhauser's coming through. I got to jam him as he comes through. Jam him.
If you jam him, where do you think that ball is going? If you come over that far, sir, to jam him, look where you have to go to stop him from diving that far. That is a quick pass to that corner, to that guy at the hash mark. Easy, Baja. That's not even your play. Because at this moment in time, you had to already been there so you can go. So the fact that you had to go in to hit him to then go out, first of all, it's too big switch. It's easy. See, you see what happens on the hedge? See, you remember that hedge? You remember that hedge that you was talking about a couple plays? Look what it does. And this is the ideal hedge. You run through the middle with all the defense there versus the last time you was complaining about he should have hedged.
You don't fucking touch him. And then Duncan Robinson, you can't leave right here. You can't let this pass get made. If he throws a skip, you'll be able to get out. Like, you just let Niederhauser catch this in the charge.
I think you think Duncan Robinson is a fucking superhero. There's no way.
Touch him. And then Duncan Robinson, you can't leave right here. You can't let this pass get made. If he throws a skip, you'll be able to get out. Like, you just let Niederhauser catch this in the charge circle. So here comes another.
The fact that they stopped that layup is impressive.
And then Duncan Robinson.
And this is why
Open the paint.
you switch so you don't have this. Because this is not 1990, dog. Everyone is shooters. There's no dead shooters on these teams anymore.
Means absolutely fucking nothing. So now you got.
There's no Robinsons that Katie had on this team that's just there for defense that can't put the ball in the basket. That guy is not in the game no more for you to do all that.
Up at the rim, which means there's no one to box out. This nepotism-ass, brain-dead coaching staff, again, you're hedging.
Now, if they switch, there's no dive. You hedge, that's what got this. Because you're hedging to stop the ball. Your man is like, uh-oh, I'm gone. Now you put too much pressure on the defense back there.
Have to jam right here from the wing. Niederhauser's coming through. I got to jam him as he comes through. Jam him. You don't touch him. And then Duncan Robinson, you can't.
If you touch them, the ball's going that way. Duncan Robinson, if you stop him, it's a catch, swing, fill it.
Leave right here. You can't let this pass get made. If he throws a skip, you'll be able to get out. Like, you just let Niederhauser catch this in the charge.
And Isaiah is so athletic. He got back there to stop the hey.
Circle. So here comes
now he has to make a move. Now he throws it back to the three. So look, the ball went from there all the way to the danger zone, all the way back out. Great defense so far.
Here comes some more fucking rotate.
And that's what happens. When you rotate, you didn't even say, when you rotate, you got to give up something. Instead of giving up a lay, they had to give up a three.
Can't let this pass get made. If he throws a skip, you'll be able to get out. Like, you just let Niederhauser catch this in the charge circle. So here comes another.
Yep, he locked right there. That little got that reach where he had to react. He had to react because if Isaiah if he was not athletic and he didn't get back to his man to stop the lay, that would have been Ivy's problem. So Ivy still is reacting off of natural instinct and without even thinking. Swing. Even though it could have came from him, he could have got it and then threw it back behind his back. That's what the elite passers would have seen. The Lukas and the Jokic's. It wouldn't even went to that guard up there. It would have went from bounce. I can feel him, throw it back to his man. Easy three.
Here comes some more fucking rotating the.
And that's a no dip. That's no dip. That means he has his hand on the left trigger when he's getting ready to shoot. He's sitting there like this. No dip. He no dip that joint.
Doesn't happen. This is a fucking comedy at this point. Duncan Robinson's hedging. You can't let Kawhi Leonard turn the corner. Get up and push him out. Look at this half-ass. Look at that.
It's just a switch. It's supposed to be a switch. But the fact that they're not switching is the game plan, it seems like.
Hedge.
At this moment in time, we can see how many points does Kawhi have at this point. So he has 11. So he has 11 points already. So the one person they don't want on Kawhi is probably Duncan Robinson. But you do not hard show and hedge with a guard. That is the big man's job. Because you're hedging with a guard, that guard pops to the three, who has him? That's why 1 and 4 pick and rolls became so dangerous in the early 2000s and then the later 2000s. And everybody started getting, instead of a power forward, a stretch forward, because the four-man defense was hedge. Now, if I do a pick and roll and you're going to hedge, I'm going to string you along because you got to stop the ball, and then I'm going to pass it back to Antoine Jameson, Baja. I'm going to pass it back to Dirt, Baja. Spurs, who was that? Bonner, Baja. Why you think LeBron James, four-man, was always a shooter? Pick and roll, hard show, Baja. So you don't do that with them. You just switch it.
At this point, Duncan Robinson's hedging.
But their game plan must be don't switch. Keep our best defender on Kawhi at all times.
You can't let Kawhi Leonard turn the corner. Get up and push him out. Look at this half-ass. Look at that hedge. How up is that?
You're not going to say nothing? You're not going to say great D? The fact that they messed up and he went all the way to the lane and they challenged and almost got the fucking blocked it. You better start giving some fucking credit. This is your team. You better give some credit to the effort. Now you see why they're considered a top 3 to 4 team in the NBA, because the effort plays this team makes is crazy. Out of all the mistakes you keep yelling about, is not leading to an easy basket. They still have to make other plays where now the talent on the court has to be talent. The team concept and ball movement is not beating you. The individual is at this moment in time. But this play right here got tipped and challenged by a great defensive player back there. That is amazing.
You can't let Kawhi Leonard turn the corner. Get up and push him out. Look at this half-ass. Look at that hedge. How up is that?
He made this man miss. They needed an offensive rebound to complete that play. Great defense, poor box out.
What is the fucking ball screen defense here?
It's probably drop and go over like they did.
Like, what is Isaiah Stewart? What is he hedging? Like, what the did you have?
You and this motherfucking hedging, dog. Update your basketball knowledge. This is not early 2000s in the 1990s. You hedge, where the f you think the offense is going? Dive. What are you gonna do? Huh? You're gonna use this guy what? To bump him? To bump him? Huh? You gotta bump him? So then pass it to who? Kawhi Leonard, who at this moment in time has what? 13 points. Then you're gonna give him a 3, which makes 16 points, because it's guaranteed 3. Since he's gonna be by himself, since your goofy ass wants this guy to stop this roll.
Backside help. So I don't understand what your fucking ball screen defense is, but why the you have no fucking chance at this ball. What are you gambling up from the?
Now you're correct. That is like the second thing you actually said right.
Help.
I'm with you. It's a fumble.
So I don't understand what your ball screen defense is, but why the you have no fucking chance at this ball. What are you gambling up?
I don't know, dog. I don't know, dog. I don't know. I'm with you. Why the fuck are you gambling off the corner side shooter, which is Batum? If that was Derrick Jones Jr., which you can see his ass set it up over there, which he probably just got out of the game, you make that gamble. But Batum, no. If you get this play, great defense, great hustle. If you don't, horrible gamble. I'm with you.
From the
Baja.
No chance of winning anything. Nepotism. Nowhere.
I don't know where nepotism comes in at, but you love using the word. I see it's been, this has been like a new word for basketball players and people who do basketball takes. It's like they got a new word in their vocabulary, nepotism, and they want to just throw it out there all the time. I get it.
Your fucking help is this nepotism ass coaching staff. Ron Holland get underneath the 3-point line, and Duncan Robinson help side. So Duncan Robinson knows I just got to shade the ball handler where there is help. This fucking bullshit. The NB fucking A. line. And Duncan help side, help side, help side. So Duncan Robinson knows I just got to shade the ball handler where there is help.
I don't give a fuck where you shade it. I don't know if you know physics. Physics is this. You have one person who has the ball. He's coming forward. You have the player who's supposed to stop him moving backwards. Now, I've never seen anyone in the history of histories move back at the same speed as someone coming forward. Meaning the fact that the ball is being pushed this hard, no matter where you shaded him, he was getting through there. And now add on the fact that it is Duncan Robinson. The best thing he could have did was just try to pick a side. Just jump, try to take a charge. But no matter where, look how fast, look, you got to remember, the defense, I don't know what's behind me. I don't know who's there. I'm just playing off of principle. The person with the advantage is the person who can see the whole floor. That's the guy with the ball. So he knows which way to go. He knows. He knows there's no help on the baseline side. So he's gonna go baseline. There's nothing you can do.
Coaching staff, Ron Holland get underneath the three-point line, and Duncan help side, help side, help side.
It would have been ideal to push him middle because not this guy at the top, but you have Levert down there. But what is Levert gonna do? Who is he guarding? Mama, that man is sitting in the quarter with them braids. Kawhi.
So Duncan Robinson knows I just got to shade the ball handler where there is help. This fucking bullshit. The NBA fucking A.
You do not open up right there. It's on the left or the right side of the court. You keep the ball on the right side.
With these goddamn nepotism teams. Look at this bullshit. This is a joke. You're hedging up. James Harden can't turn the corner. Look at that half-ass hedge again. What the fuck are we?
You remember my first couple takes on you? I said, there's a reason you don't allow middle because eventually it's like a streetwalker. It sucks. It sucks into defense. Yeah.
I just got to shade the ball handler where there is help. This bullshit. The NBA A with these goddamn nepotism teams. Look at this bullshit. This is
so without the yelling. The reason you don't hedge is because the guards are so smart. They're going to make you hold the hedge. They're going to make you hold the hedge while the guy pops out, get away from the defense, and then they're going to pass it, which he has a wide open shot. So there's only so much you can do if you're not switching it. So teams that got bigs that can't switch, you try to stick your arm out there, you can do, because the five man is a shooter or a roller. They have a dual threat here. Now, if this was Rudy Gilbert, hard, hey, you can hedge to the moon. Pass it back to Rudy Gilbert. Don't give a fuck. But you have a dual threat. Pop back, dive, guy.
It's a joke. You're hedging up. James Harden can't.
So most likely the rule is do not take your body off of him.
Corner. Look at that.
And because where it was set, do not go under to give him the three.
Pass edge again. What the?
So now you got help. Could have easily passed it, but he has a no dip and a zen on his shot, and it's baha.
What are we doing? It's a lot easier to help from the middle of the fucking floor right here, right? It's easier to force James Harden here, where the help is all the way out here. If your help is gonna come from the corner, Duncan Robinson's got to be further over. I don't know what the fuck else you want me to say. If his feet are set, he's in a defensive stance. He can get out to the corner, and you're not giving up an open three. But Duncan Robinson's help here is not even sort of.
I'm sorry. I think we got the point of me saying you don't push a middle. So the fact that you keep saying it's just irritating me.
Over. I don't know what the fuck else you want me to say. That half-ass edge again. What the fuck are
Remember who shot the ball? Right here, 33.
What are we doing? It's a lot easier to help from the middle of the fucking floor right
How has that been working so far every time that person's gotten middle?
here.
So right now, sir, Duncan Robinson, hurry up and get back because that's a no-dip zinner, right? The bottom help is, the help guy here is Tobias Harris. Tobias Harris is the one who flood over, and then you got Durant or Levert push back down. And I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. Offensively, I know he can't help. I know he's coming over. Levert has to push. Kawhi, stay where you are. Because soon as Levert drops far, I'm giving the ball Kawhi, Baha. Or Kawhi, when Levert dips, you follow right behind him. Boom shakalaka. That's what the offense is thinking.
Right? It's easier to force James Harden here, where the help is all the way out here. If your help is gonna come from the corner, Duncan Robinson's got
No corner help ever.
to be further over. I don't know what the fuck else you want me to say. If his feet are set,
Nothing at this point. Nothing. Don't say nothing.
he's in a defensive stance, he can get out to the corner and you're not giving up an open three. But Duncan Robinson's help here is not even...
Kawhi, I'm going to just be honest. Kawhi almost fucked this layup off because he dived. If you do know how to play 2K, what just happened is that fucking guy that's supposed to sit in the corner and you just did a pick and roll and you're getting in the lane and he dives and brings his fucking guy there and it fucks up the layup. That's what almost happened. If Kawhi just sits where he is,
I don't know what the fuck else you want me to say.
because Tobias Harris didn't get there like he's supposed to.
Peter said he's in a defensive stance, he can get out to the corner and you're not giving up an open three. But Duncan Robinson's help here is not...
Man, see, Kawhi's man is the one who stopped the ball.
Sort of good enough.
Easy lane.
This nepotism, bullshit coaching staff, Bickerstaff, Walton, all this crap. Like, you...
The hardest pick and roll to defend, even in my era. That's why we did high pick and roll, because you can't hedge with a great angle. It's more like a side. It's never like straight up. Because, and then if you went too far to the side, they split. That's where a lot of splits come from. So then what they started doing is kind of like sag and drop coverage. Then it's just like midi, hello.
You got to guard this screen. Again, I would hedge and do it right and get
You
up
see,
and push.
you see where your angle is? You see that long red line you put? Right? If you follow that red line, sir, if he follows that red line, this is what's going to happen. It's going to go from his left, soon as he get to a certain point, right through the middle, bah, split. We are NBA players. We're not high school kids that would be working a 9 to 5 after our high school senior year, and we throw the fucking cap. We see everything. We practice against this hundreds and hundreds of times.
Kawhi Leonard out this way. The Pistons don't guard it at all. Nice. No idea what the guard this screen. Again, I would hedge and do it right and get up and push Kawhi Leonard out this way. The Pistons don't guard it at all. Nice.
The only person that is wrong right now so far will be Duncan Robinson. You are too deep with a corner shooter. Levert, if he was on the Spurs, on them early Cleveland teams, on some of them Utah teams, he would be taking a charge right here. And if he didn't take this charge, his ass would be out of the game. Perfect defense for a structurally sound defensive team. This is a charge. You out of the circle and you beat him before he took off. I don't know who that is on the right side of the court, but he has first pass out, and then from there, scramble.
No idea what the they're doing. They're trapping. That means Azar Thompson's got to go to the roller, right?
They're trapping. At this point, it's...
What more do you want from me?
Wouldn't this be called an ice? They're icing it. I know you know the word and the phrase because you used it earlier in the video when they wasn't supposed to be icing. You remember when you said, hey, he's in the ice, Duran, why you not there? And I said, because the back man calls the ice. Duran called the ice, they're icing it. That's what defense they're in.
You got to go to one pass away. Jaden Ivey can come to Kawhi Leonard. You deny in the corner. The second you let them pass out of this trap like this, the Clippers have numbered.
And the reason I'm doing that is the defense is perfect. Are you forgetting who the ball is going to? The reason you don't help so much because they don't need space. The fact that it played well defensively, it got to Kawhi, he needs this much and he's going to shoot the ball. You're not, get the vocabulary and the phrase, help and recover. You help, there's no recover.
Got to go to one pass away. Jaden Ivey can come to Kawhi Leonard. You deny in the corner. The second you let them pass out of this trap like this.
It's not a trap, it's ice. Look at that.
Clippers have
perfect. They talked. You get him, he stays in the corner. Because I guess you fucking forgot that there's 5 players on the red team. And Ivy just let you know that by pointing, you get him so he can go back to his guy. Because there's a corner shooter.
Thompson's got to go to the roller, right? You got to go to one pass away. Jaden Ivey can come to Kawhi Leonard. You deny in the corner.
Okay. So, you get the roller. Ivy, you get Kawhi Leonard. What about the corner guy that you can't see all the way back there? Huh?
The second you let them pass out of this trap like this, the Clippers have numbers.
Oh, there he is. You forgot about that guy, right?
First of all, stop fucking doubling baseline. Get out of there. Isaiah Stewart, you got to get the dribble picked up.
You know what? I'm not going to penalize you because you already did this video, so your verbiage is always your verbiage. Your next video, now you know what that is, so you shouldn't be calling it double anymore. They're in a zone, in a sense now. And at this moment in time, everything looks perfectly correct. At this moment in time, the only flaw is Asar is letting him go middle, which then everybody starts helping. Duncan Robinson, you got to fight him there. You don't want to get in the inside where then it becomes a screen and no one gets to the backside. Right now, you're fighting him and you're yelling, ref, 3 seconds, 3 seconds, 3 seconds. That's what you're doing so he can hurry up and get out of that.
The only reason you're in the gaps. Like, get the dribble picked up. You did not get the dribble picked up. So I got to stay in this gap here so I can stunt and get the dribble picked up and recover. You didn't do your...
Okay. Again, see what happens when you go middle. Can't let him go middle. Always baseline. Do you know why James Harden is always the one passing it to Kawhi? Because if you even think about doing what you want to do as a coach, that guy is going to penalize you every time. The only thing you have working in your favor is the spacing between those two. Because as you see James Harden's reaction, which is what? He's helping, James is moving away. So now this recovery is far, which means when he recovers, he has to sprint. And if he has to sprint, guess what? If he does the little leg, shoot it. If he tries to sprint out, drive. So James Harden pushes over more to make the recovery further. Basketball geniuses. That's why you need to learn the offensive side of it. See, the live you did yesterday, ranting, and you said out your mouth, you don't do offense. If you don't do offense, then you don't know what the fuck is going on and why things are the way they are.
The dribble picked up. You did not get the dribble picked up. So
You see, he didn't. You see, Durham, he did it, and then he looked back to see where James went to because he was out of his eyesight. The person who messes this up, Batum. Batum is too close. He should have pushed over too. He didn't react fast enough.
Stay in this gap here so I can stunt and get the dribble picked up and recover. You didn't do your.
He did it late, but look, this is not an easy shot, man. 99% of the basketball community in the NBA can't just be comfortable. Like this man just dove and stopped. This thing, just watch out. Watch out, you little fly. Because I already know. Once you make me pick it up, I have James Harden right there. So I know you're limited. I'm going to get to my spot and shoot over a good defensive player.
Job and you left.
Look at it. Look, just so you can see how challenged this shot is.
You did not get the dribble picked up, so I got to stay in this gap here so I can stunt and get the dribble picked up and recover. You didn't do your job and you left.
Did you see them? They touched hands.
Stop letting Kawhi Leonard
Switch.
go
Switch.
away from the help. Cade Cunningham, keep him to the middle of the fucking floor where Tobias Harris should be underneath the screener. I have nothing but help in the middle of the floor. You're going to let him go away from any help.
Get over here! Your ass is mine, sir. I guess you don't know who the fuck was actually guarding the ball first. Because Cade is switching onto the play.
Cunningham, keep him to the middle of the fucking floor where Tobias Harris should be underneath the screener.
He can't be under the screener because he was fighting over the screen. The help guy is Cade. Cade is the help guy. Cade is not fight. Cade is the help guy. Hence, fucking the play of Batum screening Tobias. He's not fucking screening Cade. Screening Tobias. Cade is picking him up, keeping him on this side of the floor.
I have nothing but help in the middle of the floor. You're going to let him go away from any help, and you're on an eye.
And your guy, the defense is right there. Perfect defense. Executed perfectly. No lay. Corralled into your perfect defensive scheme. The one that has you top 3 in the NBA. Your team. Don't know about your defense, but your defense, everything is played. Right? They switched. He pushed the baseline. He's keeping him on his side. Everybody looks covered. You can see 4 reds, meaning 1 red is out of the picture, meaning he is not a threat because he's so far out of this picture, he's not a threat offensively. So you're playing really 5-on-4. Let's see what happens now.
And you're fucked.
Oh! Perfect offense. Did you see what happened? Didn't see it. See? This is not about the defense. Defense played it perfect. Offensive is where you are missing the point of great offensive players. You pushed him baseline. You made him retreat. He retreats. He sees you leave, meaning because he's seen you leave, he decides to fake like he's going back to get Cade to jump back that way for him to get to go middle to his jumper. Let's watch it.
Should be underneath the screen.
The fact that you're not even close to the concepts of what's going on, the fact that you don't even see this man screening to know whose man is who and who's switching is even hilarious to me. At this point, I don't care if you respond. I'm not doing this again. You are clueless to what's going on in the NBA defense and offense.
I have nothing but help in the middle of the floor. You're going to let him go away from any help, and you're on an island, and you're fucked.
Now, right, you see Cade? He's still pushing him to the way he's supposed to push. And then he fakes back. Fakes back, offensive move. Fakes back, he drops, gives him the middle now, where you don't want the motherfucker to be. Easy lay, you're too little. Have you realized that the middle is the last place you want to play?
Pistons ever fucking talk in transition. Jalen Duren, I'm in help. Azar Thompson, I'm in fucking help. Both guys are in help. So why is Tobias get up and stop the ball? You have help both sides of the floor.
What do you want him? What do you want him to do?
I'm in help. Azar
You want him to move forward? You want him to move forward while he's retreating.
Thompson, I'm in fucking help. Both guys are in help. So why is Tobias get up and stop the ball? You have help both sides of the floor.
And he knows that how? Because he got fucking eyes behind his head. You can see this motherfucker. You can see it because you're watching film. He can't see it. He's just stopping the ball. And all the offensive player did is look. He has nowhere to drive, but Tobias Harris don't know that. So he fakes in. Tobias jumps down. Baha.
Just back.
Do you see how much space an NBA player needs? Not a lot. All that help you talk about doesn't exist.
Pedal, and nobody says anything. The Pistons love to fucking double baseline. Okay, fine. You got to know how to fucking rotate then. Here comes the double. Okay? So Duncan Robinson's got to take the cutter. He's got to say something. Someone's got to fucking talk. Because then Tobias Harris now would have to then drop over here and move to the corner. And Cade Cunningham would move over there. And Azar Thompson comes back. You don't even get one fucking rotation right.
You're getting tired.
Up over here and move to the corner. And Cade Cunningham would move over there. And Azar Thompson comes back. You don't even get one rotation right.
So they actually did what you actually said.
Okay, fine. You got to know how to fucking rotate then. Here comes the double. Okay? So Duncan Robinson's got to take the cutter. He's got to say something.
Actually, Duncan Robinson is supposed to drop. He's supposed to drop as if he was getting the defensive rebound. That's where his position is supposed to be. Tobias Harris is supposed to be at the dotted, right? So he has all cutters. Cade has first pass out between his man and Tobias's man. Let's say Lopez stayed. What ends up happening is you would stunt and try to get back. You would play this in the middle of the game, the middle of the lane game, until your player Duran gets back to where he's supposed to be. But the rotation is Duncan Robinson drops, Tobias Harris is the cutter guy, and Duncan Robinson gets to the three-point shooter that's in the corner.
Someone's got to talk. Because then Tobias Harris now would have to then drop over here and move to the corner. And Cade Cunningham would move over there, and Azar Thompson comes back. You don't even
I wish I had a fucking pen so I can say, put everybody where they're supposed to be. Cade, free throw line. Tobias, that little dot where you're bumping a guy. It seems like you always know what to say. You don't know where to use it. This is where Tobias Harris is bumping the big, slowing down that cut. That's this right here.
One rotation right.
You know what? I can't. I got a fucking headache. I can't with you anymore. I can't. Listen. What do you think you know? It's not reality how this game is played. Everybody on here, no matter how sorry you think they are NBA players. How about this? Think of the 1% in the world, right? Give everybody $1 million. The person who only makes $1 million is still richer than the average person. You cannot compare him to the guy who's making $1 billion. Because how far that is how far he is to you. So you think that these guys can do stunts and rotate to all NBA Hall of Famers, and you think a stunt and get back on an offense that is being designed 5 to 7 days a week on a team defense that is, an hour, 30 minutes in practice when the season starts? These concepts change every quarter, half, pregame, shit. We can have a game plan to say, we're going to switch. And then we switch. They pick out the guy they want to pick on, bop his ass. Then it becomes, okay, just drop. And then while they're dropping, they throw it back to that guy. He hits a couple. Now they want to say another play. Then, we're going to hedge. Then they start, on the middle of your hedge, they start dipping, right? They don't even set the screen. They know you're going to hedge. They start leaving, right? You, as a defensive player, you don't know he left. Then they start turning that corner on you. It's a change of game all the time. I'm not going to take no offense to your rant. Don't take no offense to this. Take the information in, understand the concepts of the NBA, and just update your information going forward. Because me personally, I like this shit you talk about, right? I do. It entertains me, right? So 2026 is coming. When I watch your information in 2026, hopefully it's a little bit better. Not better. It's A1 to me. Detail A1. Better meaning you understand that this is not college or high school, and these concepts of early 2000 don't exist anymore. And then understand you're pushing them, you're hanging on, so you do not want them to go middle. So you don't need to be saying go in middle. And then when a guy floods over, you do not say double. Right? That's all. Enjoy.